That's fine.
How's everybody doing? Aspen, give me some love. How are we feeling? And just a subtle reminder, the official after party this evening is at the W between 7 and 9. And the man is going to... 7 and whenever, probably. We're in Aspen. So make sure you join us there for fun and games at the W. Right, I think, are we ready? Are we ready? Where is...
Let's start with the Aspen Cup, shall we?
Really? Number 3? After 1?
We're in the room bells. You want to start with the Aspen Cup?
Yeah. Well, no. The way the schedule reads. Okay, well, we're going to do the celebrity match a little bit later because we're just still waiting for 1 or 2 prizes. So we're going to start and we're going to do it. Oh, the tequila's here. Okay, I think we're ready. Right, I think we can go. So, ladies and gentlemen, we had a celebrity chucker yesterday. What a lot of fun that was. And I'd like you now, please, to once again put your hands together for the winners of the celebrity match. It was, of course, Team Zigzag. Give it up for Jason Crowder, Sugar Erskine, and Sterling Jones. Right. Look at those handsome players. Well, some of them are. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, one more time, give it up for Zigzag. All right then, without any further ado, we're going to go to the 4 presentations. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to start with the Maroon Bells Cup, and I would very much like to ask you to please put your hands together for the runners-up. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome one more time on the podium Mr. James Bird, Diego Osorio, and Mr. Nick Roldan. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the lovely Kelly JKL is presenting the prizes. Yes, she's the lucky one to kiss all the boys. One more time, if you wouldn't mind, please put your hands together. James Bird, Diego Osorio, and Mr. Nick Roldan. Okay, right. And then, of course, we have the winners of the Maroon Bells Cup. Ladies and gentlemen, they made their debut, and what a cracking final we saw all the way from Italy. The Capo di Capi, where is he? Frédéric Tavella, Lolo Bayugar, and Pierre-Henri Ngumu. Where's the rest of the team? Well, there is one, there's two players. I believe Pierre-Henri had to catch a plane. So we had to leave. So one more time, if I could ask you, please. Kelly's going to present the prizes. The winners of the Maroon Bells Cup, ladies and gentlemen. Baron Davella, Frédéric Tavella, Lolo Bayuga, and the Frenchman Pierre-Henri Ngumu. Moving on then, before the ice melts, the winners, ladies and gentlemen, or rather the winners and the runners-ups, of course, of the High Alpine Cup, making their debut. What a cracking debut they made. The runners-up, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for our house. Where are you? Ryan Cronin, Ricky Cooper, and Mickey Mikey Henderson. And the lovely Kelly is presenting the prizes. She's been singing so well, and she is the one again who's going to be presenting. Yes, you can kiss them if you want. They won't bite. Well, at least not hard. Ladies and gentlemen, please, if you will, one more time, make some noise for Team Our House. Ryan Cronin, Ricky Cooper, and Michael Henderson. And now the winners of the High Alpine Cup. Edmiston Yachts, the only place, or the only way to travel on the Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome onto the podium one more time the wonderful Rebecca Cohen, Jason Crowder, and Alejandro Novijo Estrada.
It works every time.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, one more time, Rebecca Cohen. And before we ask the players to leave the podium, hang on, we have another award. We have an award of the MVP, the most valuable player. And I can tell you, because I know the answer, the MVP goes to Alejandro Novijo Estrada.
He's also the best looking.
Oh, look, he gets a lovely coat. Look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, yes. He scrubs up well. MVP, one more time. Give it up for the one and only Alejandro Novijo Estrada. Okay. Once again, a big thank you to Edmiston. And thank you very much. Enjoy. Right. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty now. Ladies and gentlemen, the final of the Aspen Cup. What a cracking game that was between the agency and Hennessy. We're going to start with the runners-up. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, one more time, please welcome onto the podium for Hennessy, Cristiana Pellegrino, Nacho Figueras, and Hilario Figueras. And of course, the presentation of the beautiful Aspen Cup. Okay, and there's some special goodies coming in from behind. Thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, one more time, please give it up for the runners-up of the Aspen Cup. Team Hennessy, Cristiano Pellegrino, Nacho, and of course, Hilario Figueres. Right. The moment we've all been waiting for. What's he doing? Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the Aspen Cup, winners of the St.Regis Cup last year. Once again, please give it up and make some noise for the agency with Taggart Mills, Sugar Erskine, and Alejandro Navijo Estrada.
We used to do a beach polo tournament at the Edge, where they build these mega.
Oh yes, come on, get onto the podium, all of you. Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, the winners of the Aspen Cup. It is, of course, the agency. Thank you guys, thank you very much. All a great team, and what a lot of support. Make sure you don't fall as you come off the podium. Marvellous, 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 marvellous. Okay then. And now, the moment that I'm sure we've all been waiting for. I know the teams have been waiting for this moment. It is, of course, the St.Regis Cup. And we're going to start with the runners-up, ladies and gentlemen. What a cracking final we saw this afternoon at 12:30, the first of our 4 matches. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please welcome onto the podium the runners-up of the 2025 St.Regis World Snow Polo Championships. Please give it up for Aspen Valley Polo Club, Harry Wales, Grant Gansey, and Nick Roldan. It's getting a little bit nippy. Yep, there they are. Oh, careful, careful, Nick. Careful. And, of course, Kelly, again, presenting the prizes. Thank you very much, Kelly Jekyll. Ladies and gentlemen, come on. Let's get some complaints here from the neighbours. Aspen Valley Polo Club, Harry Wales, Grant Gansey, and Nick Roldan. Yeah, like you mean it. Like you really mean it. Yep, the phone's ringing. The first complaints are in. That's what we wanted. Right, thank you. Well done. Thank you very much, guys. What a cracking final that was. And now, they did it 13 years ago. The very first time they did it, and they've done it again in 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the winners of the 2025 St.Regis World Snow Polo Championships are St.Regis, Artemio Nacho Hilario Figueres. This definitely is history in the making. You don't see that every day. A father and his two very talented sons. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, one more time, give it up for the three musketeers that are St.Regis, Artemio, Nacho, Hilario, Figueras. And before we lift the beautiful trophy, we also have the award of the MVP of that final. So just... Tevun are the sponsor. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Tevun. So, the MVP, the most valuable player of the 2025 St.Regis World Snow Polo Championships final is Hilario Figueras.
Players on there for a big group. Yeah. Big group photo, yeah. The longer you call him Mikey. You call him Mikey, then you call him Mickey. I'm Ricky. Call me Rikey.
So, cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we can't give them enough credit here. 13 years ago, they lifted this trophy, presented now by the Cobra himself, Mark Ganzi. This is the moment they've been waiting for. 13 years in the making, ladies and gentlemen. One more time. St.Regis are the winners of the St.Regis World Snow Polo Championships 2025. Good call. Right, now before you all go to the after party, we would like, please, all the players, please make your way to the podium for a nice group photograph. All players, please, make your way to the podium for a big finale picture. Thank you very much. A big thank you to all of the helpers. Thank you to Chukka TV, of course, bringing you the live broadcast. Mike Favera and his crew. A big thank you to all the staff that have been working so hard and setting up this place. Chris King, what a great job he's done. The man who gave you the beautiful images from the sky. Austin, of course, the best in the business on the drone. Our medical staff, our grooms, everybody who's been part of it, but of course also St.Regis as our title and team sponsor, and the beautiful city of or town of Aspen. It's been great being back here. Thank you so much for making us feel so welcome. And I think with that said, let's give it up for the entire crew that were the 2025 St.Regis World Snow Polo Championships!